everyone. How are you? Good morning to you because that's what's going on right now. I'm waking up this morning because Foodie Beauty did a bit of a rager last night. Although she's not calling it a rager, she is saying that she's just venting her feelings. That's okay. I'll be venting my feelings too this morning because I'm in a mood. I am in a mood and she's going to get it because I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed with Chantal because every time she does a live stream, she talks about the same stuff and the same people over and over again. And it's Ramadan. She should be peaceful right now. She should be meditating and praying and doing all kinds of good stuff. But no, no, not Foodie. No, she can't do that. No, it has to be coming on camera, venting her feelings, getting them out, complaining about people, blah, blah, blah. You guys know the drill. So she did a video last night, 27 minutes long, and I wanted to react to it and give my thoughts. And like I said, warning, I'm in a mood. I'm not in the mood to be nice to her. I'll be nice to all of you. I'm just not going to be nice to Chantal. So why don't we get into that? But you know what? Before we get into the quote unquote non-rager, let's get into the non-ASMR video that she did. I didn't watch it. I watched a little bit of it last night, and all I have to say is WTF. What is that? What is this that she calls an ASMR video? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding, Chantal? I couldn't decide. Was it her doing true ASMR or was it a troll? It sounded like a troll. It's a very short video. So before we get into the non-rager, why don't we also get into the non-ASMR video role play she did? And she got the inspiration for the video courtesy of Trisha Paytas because words. It's early in the morning. I'm just starting to get my caffeine, so my tongue starts to get tied up. Excuse me. Trisha Paytas did a couple of ASMR role play videos. One where she was role playing, cosplaying, being at McDonald's, taking orders, and another one at BK taking orders. She did a good job. Chantal, not so much. Before we get into Chantal and her usual complaints, let's just get into the short, ridiculous, silly, stupid ASMR video because you guys know I have to critique it. Okay, I do ambiance, I do ASMR. I got thoughts. All right, I got thoughts. So here's the video, and I will warn you, it is awful. It is so completely awful. I can't believe Chantal wants to do ASMR. She's doing videos like this. But hey, you know what? I'm here for it. Let's do this.
Good evening. Welcome to Gnarly Burger. Can I take your order?
Like, what is even that? What is that? What is that? What's that crap? What is it? That is not relaxing at all. That's not something that will inspire any kind of good tingles and sensations. If you're watching the video, like, what is even this? What are those sounds that she's making? I guess it's supposed to be conversation on the headset or something, but I'm not getting that vibe. You're listening to it and you're like, what is she doing? What is she even doing over there?
All right, sir. Would you like to make that a meal for only $1.49 more? Well, sir,
Like the whole point of ASMR videos or ambiance is it's supposed to relax you or inspire the good tingles that prompt the relaxing, that whatever sound she's doing, I'm not digging it. No, not a fan.
to be fair, I'm not sure why they don't just round it off and make it $1.50.
And what is this automated telephone voice? Hello, how are you? Welcome to Gnarly Burger. Can I take your order? What is that crowd? I can't decide whether it sounds like the automated voice on a phone or it's like she's in a prom video. Hi, so glad you can come over. Are you going to fix my pipes now? Insert bad 70s prom music. I can't. I can't this morning with all of this. Is bad ASMR.
You are free, however, to contact our customer service at 1-800-GNARLY-BURGER if you like. I am sure they can help you.
Maybe you should call 1-800 not ASMR. Foodie. 1-800 this ASMR sucks. Call right now and you'll get a free laugh out of the deal. We'll even throw in a new set of brand new pens at no charge.
So, for the time being, is there anything else I can get you?
Yeah, how about my ears? I want my ears back because they're bleeding right now from this bad ASMR.
Oh, sir. Would you like to add 2 schnozberry pies for $2, sir? They do pair nicely with the gnarly burger, sir. Okay, sir. 2 schnozberry pies added to your order. Is there anything else I can get you?
I know where she got that schnozberries. Anybody who's older than, say, 30 or 40, you know where that comes from. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Willy Wonka. That's where she got that. That's why she chose schnozberries. Leave my childhood alone, Chantal. Leave it alone.
You. How about turning your fries into carnival fries, sir? Well, sir, carnival fries are loaded with our special gnarly sauce and small half-burnt onions.
Oh, that just sounds appealing. Small, half burnt onions. Yeah, because everybody wants half burnt onions on their burger. Doesn't that sound delicious, everybody? Yeah, I really want some half burnt onions on my burger. Yeah, just load up on those. Yeah, like really. That just makes it so tasty. Oh my God, stop with the whispering.
Okay, sir. I have added the carnival fries to your order. Will that be all, sir?
This is doing the opposite of ASMR. Instead of feeling more relaxed and feeling more irritated, like nails on a chalkboard. Cut it out with the whispering, Chantal. Oh, I hate it.
No, sir. I do not come with the meal. And your question is haram, sir. Now,
Oh, come on. Listen, Chantal, you're doing an ASMR video, and even in an ASMR video, you're trying to fit in that a customer is making a pass at you. He's flirting with you. Of course you would. I mean, you wouldn't be Foodie Beauty unless you just threw that in there, that you're taking somebody's order and he's making a pass at you. He wants you because everybody wants you. What is this your fantasy, Chantal, that you're working a fast food restaurant? And while you're doing that, somebody is just making a pass at you and flirting with you? Of course it is.
is there anything else, sir? Extra gnarly sauce, perhaps?
And the name of this restaurant, this fast food joint, Gnarly Burger, who would want to eat there? Can you imagine if there was a Gnarly Burger? Who would want to eat at a place called Gnarly Burger?
Yes, sir. That will be an extra 49 cents per sauce, sir. Again, sir, I don't know why they don't just make the sauces 50 cents instead of 49 cents, sir. Oh, by the way, sir, did I tell you about our new 34% burger, sir? It comes with 5 gnarly patties, and each layer has extra processed cheddar cheese product slices between them, sir. Why is it called the 34% burger, sir? Well, because, sir, if you eat this burger, you will become part of the 34% obesity rate statistic for the country, sir. Clever, isn't it, sir?
Yeah, like this. I told you guys this is awful. Listen, you're probably yelling at me through your monitors right now and saying, Rose, you do true ambiance. Why are you making us listen to this crap? Listen, you know the rule. You know the rule. If I had to hear it, you have to hear it too. That's just the rule. Listen, I don't want to hear any argument. I really don't want to. Plenty of people in the community and on Twitter, they have made me abide by that rule. They will send me things, they will show me things I did not ask, things that are gross. And they're like, you know the rule. And I'm like, I hate that rule. So if I had to be subjected to torture, so do you.
Can I stop calling you sir, sir?
Yeah, you can say that. You can stop saying sir anytime. As a matter of fact, you could not do this video. How about that?
Sure, ma'am. Is there anything else I can get you, ma'am?
How about a new voice, maybe, and stop whispering?
All right, sir. I will not call you ma'am. Anything else, sir? Sir.
And okay, let's think about the logics of this video. So she's acting like she's on a headset, right? Like she's going, like she's doing the drive-through. And yet, even with a headset on, she is acting as if this person's making a pass at her, which he would not be able to do unless he was in the restaurant in person facing her. So Chantal, you did not think this through. Like you're not really thinking about the role play and the logics of it. You're really not thinking. This ASMR sucks.
I am married and do not come with the meal.
Oh, here we go again. Even with ASMR, she's acting like somebody. Everybody wants Chantal. Everybody wants her. You know, dressed in a little fast food hat or fast food restaurant uniform. People are still making a pass at her. Stop it.
But if you like, I can have my husband come and deliver your food personally, sir.
He can't. He's too busy delivering your food.
Would be a pleasure, sir.
Salah's got his handful running back and forth between all the fast food restaurants getting your food, Chantal. I don't think he has time to deliver food to anybody else.
All right, sir. If that won't be necessary, and there is nothing else I can get you, then please wait a moment, and I will be back briefly with your hot, tasty, artery-clogging meal. Please hold.
Looks like you've had too many of those, Chantal. You know what, Chantal, just to spite you, just to show you how it's done, I should do an ASMR video, a real one, a real role play. Show it you how it's really done because you suck at this. You really, 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 really suck at this.
45 minutes later.
Oh my God, the whispering, I can't cut it out. I'm thankful this video is only 5 minutes. I'm really thankful. Are you guys thankful? Because I am. I can't take much more of this. We're almost done though, I promise.
I am sorry, sir, for the wait. We ran out of an important ingredient and had to make a new batch from scratch, just for you, sir, because you are a special customer, sir. The food may taste a bit bitter at first, but I assure you it's because of the freshness.
Does that even make sense? Something is fresh, and because it's fresh, it tastes bitter.
Here's your food.
It took 45 minutes to get that meal because Chantal was in the back eating all the food. They were trying to run around trying to find the stuff that they were for the person's meal.
Why am I wearing latex gloves, sir? Well, I don't want my fingerprints on the packaging, sir. You're all set, sir. We appreciate your business at Gnarly
As if Chantal would ever care about hygiene and touching anything, please.
Burger, and if you've survived this meal, we hope to see you again. Here's your receipt.
Oh my God. You know what? What are the comments of this video? The comments, I haven't even looked at the comments yet. The comments say, Queeness Beefus said, this is what happens when you spend most of your day alone, locked in a room. Yeah, I guess. Lisa says, what is going on with the psst? It's not a pleasant sound for ASMR. No, it isn't. No, not at all. She was trying too hard to imitate Trisha Paytas. But Trisha did an actual role play ASMR complete with the costume and everything else. It looked appropriate. It sounded appropriate. Chantal, not so much. Luna says, this isn't ASMR. This hurts my ears. You're supposed to whisper. Yep. A lot of people who do ASMR, they keep a very low tone of voice. You know, they're talking very softly, like this, or they're whispering. You know, whispering is very pleasant to the ears. But what she was doing was not pleasant. Sue says, this is not ASMR. No one is going to watch this and feel tingles, much less relaxed. This is a joke, right? I think she was trolling in this. I think there was a lot of trolling going on here. I just had a thought yesterday. Let me see what y'all think about it. Chantal is known for controversy and drama. She likes to get people talking. Maybe the whole ASMR angle, it's a new way for her to get people talking and to talk about her. Just a thought. Just a thought. Just throwing that out there. Ion says, all that broke my cat. Puppy Kisses says, you totally don't get ASMR. No, she doesn't. Connie says, what the actual F is this? I've been asking that question the entire time. Oh, no. Turtle says, low BMI. Does that sound for bowel movement? I don't know. That might be a possibility. Joanne says, definitely a big no. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And the people that are praising Chantal in the comments saying, this is so good. Apparently, those of you saying that, you've never heard real ASMR, like real relaxing content. Because if you did, if you've been exposed to it, you would look at this and know it's complete crap. Those of you praising her, you must be newbies to the ASMR world, the ambiance world. May I encourage you to please seek out real ASMR ambiance videos if that's your jam. You'll be very, very impressed, very pleasantly surprised, because this is a joke. This is a bad joke, but it's still a joke. Barbie says that makes me want to rip my ears out. I'm already there. My ears are bleeding. I need a tissue. Somebody send help. Oh my God. Let's see what else we got here. There's a lot of people in the comments kissing her big butt, praising her for this. This is not, no. The creation says this was a horrible video and a bad idea. Green Gal says, if I had $1 for every time you said, sir, I could pay off someone's rent. Just saying. Right. She was going overboard with that. Way overboard. All right. So I've tortured you guys long enough, and I'm sorry for torturing you. Please forgive me. But like I said, you know the rule. If I had to see it, you had to see it. That's just how it works. That's just how it is. We're all in this together. There's no denying it. You guys are my subscribers or my viewers. If I have to endure this, you have to endure it with me. That's just how it's going to be. No arguments. So let's go on to something a little bit more pleasant. How about her community post? It's very short. I promise we're no mini novels today. So Chantal was mad. She was real mad because people were calling her out for using stock footage and copyright-free music to make her ambiance video. She says, how am I stealing content if I'm using free-to-use content? We added our own touches regardless, comparing one video, which was non-copyright, to is not stealing. What is stealing is stream sniping and using 100% of my content every day. No comparison, but let's face it, most in girl world are not capable of logical thought. Chantal, I do my ambiance, and when I do my ambiance, I use copyright-free, royalty-free footage, clips, songs, sounds, courtesy of many different sites. It's allowed. It's Creative Commons. I often include links to other people's pages and credits when asked to. So you doing ambiance videos and using copyright-free stuff, I'm okay with that. Here's where the problem comes in. You trying to pass it off as you made the video from scratch. Like you created everything. You filmed everything. The music is yours. You trying to do that. And where a lot of people are pointing the finger back at you is you have often gotten onto other people, the reaction channels, saying that we are content thieves, that we're vultures, that why don't you go and make your own content? When you say something like that, when you have that attitude, and then you turn around and use stuff that other people worked on, stuff that other people did, it makes you look like a big old hypocrite. As a matter of fact, it doesn't make you look like a hypocrite. It makes you a hypocrite, period. So if you had not done that and then done this ASMR video with the waterfalls and the birds, nobody would have a problem. People got a problem because you're looking at the reaction community and saying, we are not original. We can't come up with our own ideas. We can't come up with our own content. But apparently neither can you, because you're always looking around at what everybody else has done, borrowing ideas. You borrowed the idea from Trisha Paytas. She's doing ASMR. From what I hear, she's doing extremely well. And you decided, Trisha's making a bunch of money. Maybe I can too. I seriously doubt it. I seriously doubt it. It blows my mind that you're always looking around for ways to make money. Yet, as much as you want to make money, you don't really pay attention, do you? You don't do your homework. You don't do any studying. You're showing up for class and you want the cliff notes and you don't even study those. Go back again and watch Trisha. Watch what she's doing. She's putting on a uniform. She's dressed up. She is really playing her part. She's got the right voice. She's saying the right words. She's doing actual role play. What you did is a sorry excuse for an ASMR role play video. You're not seeing anything on the screen. It's just like a clip art picture. You're not even doing a proper role play where it's believable. I mean, there's so many mistakes there. You want to make the big money off of ASMR or ambiance, and yet you're not taking notes. You're not noticing how channels are doing their thing, how they're doing it. You're not, nothing. You're lazy. You want to make quick, fast, easy money, but you can't do that in the ASMR community. You can't do that in the ambiance community, you got to come prepared. You got to have the right equipment. You got to have the right attitude. You got to have a passion for it. If you don't have those things, GTFO, girl, get out. You're embarrassing yourself. Okay, so Chantal's mad. You seen this video? She's mad. You seen the post? She's mad. She is big mad. But I'm here for that. I'm here for Chantal's big mad. But spoiler, she's not raging, screaming. She's just complaining about French Fry Girl, about Charlie Gold. Again, here we are again. Her complaining about everybody else again. Told y'all I'm in a mood. I'm ready. I'm ready. Y'all ready? Okay, let's get ready. It's coming. Let's do this. I've had my caffeine. I'm fueled up. Let's go.
To be just a bit of pointing some things out. It's not going to be a rage video or anything like that, so I know you're probably wanting that, but it's not going to happen ever again. I have been working on impulse control.
Okay, so this is not a rage video per se. There's all kinds of ways to rage without raising your voice. This is one of them. So she's not raging, like raging. She's not going to raise her voice. She's not going to scream. She's not going to screech, but she's mad. So we've downgraded from a rage video, which might be a bit more authentic, to just being mad, which is something she can easily fake. So what do you got to say, Chantal?
So that means in regards to wanting to overeat, wanting to react in anger at being provoked to do so. And
by the way, Chantal, I see you've been playing around with the filters. The filters are back. I think it was FFG who pointed this out, and I have to agree with FFG. She pointed out, I believe it was yesterday, that Chantal feels the most comfortable raging when she's got her filters on. I think she likes to look at herself when she's raging, when she has got those filters on. Maybe she doesn't feel so confident when she sees herself and, the fantasy Chantal isn't there. So she likes to rage when she's mad and when she's all filtered up. Because the moment she got the Samsung, here we are.
This and that. It's just been very, very helpful. Basically learning about delaying gratification.
This just kind of bugs me. It's stupid, I know, but I'm pointing it out anyway. So I'm looking at her face, and I see Chantal's face hours out of every day because I react to her. So what do we got going on today with the filters? We got the skin smoothing filter, of course, because that smooths out all of the pores and the blemishes. We got the big eye filter. We got the contour filter to slim her face. Because as you guys know, those of you who've been watching my content, something is going on with one side of her face, with one cheek. Nobody's quite sure what it is. Only a doctor would know. People have said it might be an abscess from the mouth. I don't think so, because if it were, she wouldn't be able to talk. It could be a heart problem. People have said it might be a heart problem, but this cheek is significantly bigger than this one. And it looks like with the filters, she somehow managed to decrease the size of it to where it looks a bit more even with this one. But one thing that just bugs the crap out of me, I don't know why it bugs me. It looks like she played around with the filter to make her nose shorter. It's not normally this short. It's almost up to her eyeballs. I don't know. The artist in me is just bugged by that. Like the symmetry of the features is kind of off today. Anyway, let's go on.
So I have been doing a lot of work on myself. So yes, I've been very busy. I've decided to hold off on live streams because until I have this mastered, this impulse control, I think it's a better idea for me, obviously, to do recorded content that I can be more reflective when I'm saying what I want to say. But
theory, we're just going to toss a theory out on the table. Maybe she's not live streaming right now because it's Ramadan and she can get in trouble for this. Or maybe Salah is just sick and tired of Chantal live streaming and getting in that raging mood, and then after she's done, she takes it out on him. He doesn't want to deal with her being a biatch after the stream is over. So he's like, hey, you're not live streaming as much anymore because I'm tired of the attitude.
I want to call some things out. Look, there's so many people who like to accuse me of never being able to change, that my past will always follow me. No, my past will follow whoever pays attention to it, because I'm moving on. I have a right to become a better person. My ring is in the kitchen because I came back from the gym. I don't take my ring to the gym. I don't want it to get damaged by the machines, and I just don't want it to get lost or stolen. In case that happens. There's a lot of people who want to drag me back down.
Anybody believe that Chantal's going to the gym? I don't. She's saying, I don't want my ring to be damaged by the machines. Exactly how would a ring get damaged by the machine, Chantal? I've gone to the gym, and I was married at the time with a ring on my finger. There was absolutely no way the machines could damage your ring. Please don't sit there and say that you're doing some heavy duty working out, working with the weights, working with anything that has to do with weights. We know you're not. If you can't walk 2 minutes without panting, without sweating profusely, you're not lifting anything, ma'am. What do you mean? Maybe you took the ring off because you are getting bigger. This is a fact. This is not a theory. This is fact. And maybe you're outgrowing ring number 2.
And want me to regress and just be miserable and negative like they are. And I say like they are because people like Charlie, people like FFG can sit there on their high horse with their thousands of viewers all day, dog crapping on me, whatever.
Big question. If you don't like them, you know what? Let's broaden that scope. If you don't like them, if you don't like the reaction community, why are you paying attention? If you don't like it, don't look, don't listen, don't pay attention to it. You keep paying attention to it. You just can't stop yourself, can you? You gotta keep paying attention to it. Like this rager. If you didn't pay attention to it, if you weren't listening, if you're putting everybody on block and ignore, you wouldn't be mad, would you? This whole thing, this whole video was not necessary. Well, I know why you did it. You are an angry person. You're a negative person. You're an unhappy person. All of that stuff is inside of you, and it has to come out. And unfortunately, you're not going to go to therapy. You're not going to seek help for your anger problem. No, you're just going to vent it out in public on a video. Just spread your negativity to everybody else rather than do the right thing and keep it to your doggone self and deal with it.
But at the end of the day, you're not any better. So I don't know where this high horse pretense of self-righteous rhetoric comes from. I just find it very hypocritical because Charlie, you act like you're better than me, but you still, every time you react to me, you are seething. Like you can hear it in your voice.
Anybody want to tell her? She just described herself. Every time she live streams, she is seething. She's angry. Oh, she's angry. Were you envisioning this fantasy life before you went back to Kuwait, Chantal? This fantasy life where you would just be in Kuwait, everything would be happy, Salah would just fall madly in love with you. You would have passionate nights together. Sorry to put that thought in your head, guys. I don't want to give you any visuals. But you were envisioning some exotic, exciting life. And then you got over there and it just didn't happen. He didn't fall in love with you. He doesn't want to touch you. He doesn't want anything to do with you. And you are bitter and angry and salty about the life that you designed for yourself, not our fault. You're a grown ass woman. You make your own decisions about your life. You are the architect of your life. And that holds true for everybody. For me, for anybody watching this video, we are all the architects of our own life. And we design our life precisely the way we want it. So if your life isn't happy, Chantal, you're the one to blame because you designed it that way. In regards to one person being better than another person, you're too caught up in that, about people's opinions of you, about them being better than you or you being better than them. How about this? How about this? How about being better for yourself? Can you give that a try? Can you try it for a day? I doubt it.
You try to act composed, you try to act high and mighty, but really it just comes down to you being disgusting in your commentary, talking about my body shaming me.
And that is something you've done to other people numerous times. You have body shamed, look shamed, age shamed. You've shamed people for the way they dress. You have shamed people for where they live. Oh, FFG's in a Motel 6 and Kaya's in a shed. You shame people for anything, for the sound of their voice, saying everybody's a smoker. How can you sit there and give criticism about something when you're guilty of the same something? You've even criticized your own VIBs, Chantal. You have humiliated and embarrassed multiple VIBs that they get on your nerves in your community posts and on your live streams.
When you're a larger woman yourself, actually, if I need to remind you that you built your entire audience under the pretense that you would be better than Amberlynn and I, that you would make a difference. You would show everyone how to lose weight, something that Amberlynn and I could never do. But you're still.
But Chantal, that clip that I showed yesterday, you were talking about weight loss content. You wanted to do a weight loss channel. As we can see, that did not happen. Instead, you decided to make a channel where you were catering to different fetish groups. I've always thought, and please excuse me for using an adult term, everybody, I've always thought that Chantal was doing the cam girl thing on YouTube. She's taking the cam girl approach, trying to cater to many different fetish groups all at once, like the feeders. That's obvious. You, Chantal, catering to the feeders. But you're also trying to cater to the different subsets of groups connected to the feeders, catering to the immobilizers, guys that get into people that they have trouble doing the simplest of tasks. You know, we can all remember all those streams where you were coming up the stairs and panting and acting like you were having trouble bending over. Yeah, the immobilizers love that. And then you have another subset, the gainers, the guys who want to see you get as big as possible. You were catering to those people by doing the torrid hauls, and most of what you bought was entirely too small. Logic says, why would someone buy a bunch of clothes and most of them don't properly fit? They're 2 or 3 sizes too small. It's because you were using them for, say, custom content or videos to cater to that group. Here's another mind-blowing fact for all of my subs. The state of her house, remember how disgusting it was? Believe it or not, there are people out there that get into that. That is their fetish. That might have been why she never cleaned her house. On top of the laziness, Chantal was catering to many different fetish groups because fetish guys will pay good money for their fetish. So what you did, Chantal, instead of going onto, say, an adult campsite where you would have tons of competition, likewise, if you went on OnlyFans, you would have tons of competition from people doing that similar content. You decided to bring it to a public platform where you would have less competition and make more money. Yeah. So that's what you did with your channel. Instead of doing weight loss or makeup looks or anything like that, what you were doing was adult oriented fetishes on a public platform to attract those people. And even now, with your content, with your channel, my opinion, I think you've taken it a step further and you're having your VIBs and perhaps the fetish guys sending you money on PayPal. And that's how you're able to buy the new iPhone and the Samsung before payday. So you're still trying to find ways to make the most money from YouTube without actually having to rely on the YouTube pay. Yeah. So before you criticize other people's channels and their content, think about what you've done with yours. That you traded 100% of your health for a paycheck that's not even that big.
Just talking from the clavicle up, body shaming another obese woman who's trying to better themselves. So that really doesn't make you a better person. It makes you part of the hate train, negative train, and you're always going to have to do that to be relevant. I don't envy that. You guys can have all the numbers you want. I don't envy that. I know people think I'm upset because I don't get as many views, or honestly, if that were the case, I would be doing live streams, like I would be doing open chats. I would be doing anything to try to save my channel, but I'm not going to do that. My health, my mental health is more important. We are fine for money. We're not.
How is this helping your mental health? Chantal, if you're working on your mental health, good. You need to work on it. It's in serious trouble. You've got a lot of issues which are undiagnosed. But even if somebody were to diagnose you and tell you all of the things wrong with you internally, you wouldn't care. You're not interested in therapy. You're not interested in help. You are not interested in solving your problems. You are interested in monetizing your problems and monetizing every single doggone thing that's wrong with you. You are the walking wounded and forever will be because you want to stay hurt. With you, hurt gets attention. If you were healthy and you were taking care of yourself, you wouldn't get as much attention. Hurt is your content. Oh, this is what's wrong with me, my mental health, blah, blah, blah. This is your content. Hurt is your content. Monetizing your hurt is your content. Monetizing other people's hurt is your content. Triggering people who have been hurt is your content. It's disturbing.
Not rich, but that our finances are none of your business. It's us. We're fine. We're living with it. We're planning on traveling. We have enough, mashallah. We're happy with what we have. We don't need to degrade people to make a living. And for that,
you do.
I'll never be envious. Same with FFG.
Talk about, Chantal, you are the living embodiment of the 7 deadlies. You are literally the living, breathing, walking, talking embodiment of all the 7 deadly sins. You didn't leave any of them out. You're also a walking, talking, breathing example of how money does not buy happiness. Because that's all you have is money. You don't have true happiness. You don't have peace of mind. You don't have health. You don't have anything. You just have a paycheck. And you're scrambling, always looking for new ways to make money versus sitting down with yourself and saying, what is wrong with me? What can I do to fix it? How can I be a better person? You claim to be a better person, but by doing videos like this, you are showing you are not a better person. You are saying to everybody, I'm exactly the same. No matter what the angle, you are exactly the same. Nothing has changed. If anything, it's gotten worse. It's gotten much worse. You don't believe me? Go back to your own channel. Watch your own content. Look at the person you were 5 years ago, how you looked, how you sounded. Over the years, you've become a living caricature of yourself. An over-exaggerated, rude, gross, stupid caricature of yourself. And you did it all for the views. You did it all for the money. You did it all for the attention. Now look where you are.
If she talks about anything else, you don't get the views either. If you talk about anything else other than me, you don't get the views. If you
got a problem with any of us talking about anybody besides you. If we react to somebody else, what do? What's your reaction? You criticize that. I don't get you. I don't understand. Explain it to me. How if we react to you, that's a bad thing. You call us content thieves. You call us vultures. But if we react to somebody else, you ridicule the views. See what happens when they don't react to me? They don't get that many views. Well, hey, that's going to happen. If the audience is coming for a specific person, and then you try to introduce something new, there might be some pushback. There might be some people saying, this is content I'm not used to. But if you keep introducing them to the topic at hand, they might like it. But it takes some time to introduce something new to people if they're used to something else. But you go out of your way to ridicule the reactors that are trying to do something different. You're like, look what they're doing. Oh my God. Why are they doing that? So you can't make up your mind. You don't want us reacting to you. But if we do something else, that's also wrong. I would think that if you don't want us to react to you, then you would be completely okay and non-critical of us going into another direction. Make up your mind, Chantal. You're swerving all over the road.
Well, even if you talked about me, if it was in a nice way, you wouldn't get the views. You have to be hateful. You have to continue to sell your own soul to get ahead.
If that's true, you got nothing left of yours. You sold every piece of it. There's nothing left to sell. Nothing. You sold every piece of yourself. You got nothing else. Nothing.
And that's not going to last forever. Everyone has ups and downs in life. Nobody has a perfect good luck streak their whole life. It doesn't happen. I had my time where I was making a lot of money, but I was miserable. At the time that I was making, 20K a month, I was miserable. I hated my life. I just honestly just consumed the money away.
And whose fault is that? Whose fault is it that you were miserable, Chantal? Who's responsible for that? You were doing precisely what you wanted to do. Nobody forced you to live like that. Nobody forced you to eat that food. Nobody forced you to buy all that green from the dispensary. Nobody forced you to smoke anything, ingest anything, to live in filth with the fruit flies and the moldy pots and the filthy house. Nobody forced you. You are the architect of your life, always, at every moment. If you live a certain way, if you eat a certain thing, it's by choice. Those were all choices you made. So don't sit here in a video and try to make anyone else feel guilty about your miserable life when you're the only one responsible for said life. I was miserable, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because you made it that way. And just as you made it, you can unmake it. You can change it. You can turn it around. You're not interested in turning it around. You're interested in escaping from who you really are. That's why you're always putting on the filters. You can't face who you really are. You don't want to. If you had to look in the mirror, a real mirror without filters, If you had to face the truth of your real self, you would not be able to handle it. That's why you're always running and escaping and denying.
Now, I don't make that much, but my life is happier, more fulfilling without financial material things.
So does this look like happy to y'all? Is this the picture of happy and content? Because I don't think so. She doesn't look happy to me. For someone who's so blissful, the picture of blissful and Chantal do not match. It doesn't work. No, this looks like somebody who's bitter and angry and salty and seething about her life.
I also am thankful that I now have a partner who's not financially abusive to me, doesn't take advantage of me, and really, really.
Who never did that though? When has she ever had a partner that took financial? I can't with her. When did she ever have a partner that financially abused her? When did that happen? Everything my choice, Chantal. Are you referring to Natter? Are you referring to the situation with Natter? Here, let me refresh your foggy memory. You sought out Natter because you looked at him and you thought to yourself, oh, he's a crackhead. He's hurting for money. I can get my way with him. I can control him. Likewise, he looked at you and said, oh, she's this desperate, thirsty, love-hungry, super morbidly obese woman. I can control her. Problem is, you both underestimated each other, didn't you? Yeah, you did. You were both narcissistic and arrogant and egotistical, and that's your weakness. You underestimate people. So you locked horns for over a year, playing this game of tug of war, who has the most control with each other, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But as far as him taking advantage of you, the financial abuse, that's not going to wash either, because you had your own place, you had your own car, you had your own money, you're on YouTube, you controlled it all. So if you were giving him money, you were giving it to him because you wanted to. He wasn't forcing it out of you. Don't paint this picture of, he took advantage of me. No, I think it was the other way around. Because we know you, Chantal. I know you. I know you because I've been watching you. I don't know you personally. Don't want to know you that way. But you, in your arrogance and stupidity, you think because you make money on YouTube, that's just going to give you a free hall pass to do what you want with people, to own people, control people. You forget people have choice. They have free will. And no matter how much money you make on YouTube, whether it's $1 million or $10 million, you can't own a person. You can't own their free will. People do what they want when they want. Money or not, that is always a thing. You can't own a soul. You just can't. There's no contract in the world that will let you own a human soul. But you think you can. You think you can buy people. You may buy temporary companionship, but you can't own a person's soul. It does not belong to you. But the way you operate is you come across Mother Teresa. Oh, I'm such a good person. I will do things for you. Here, let me give you some money and pay for things and pay for your food and pay for your phone bill. I'll help you. I'll make a channel for you. That's not true generosity. That is somebody who is doing good deeds to get control over a person, to manipulate a person. That is how you operate. That's how you've always operated. You don't do things out of the goodness of your heart. There is no heart in your chest. It's all about, I want to control people, manipulate people. That's who you are. But you try to convince yourself that you are a truly good person. You're not. You suck at that. You suck at being truly good. But they keep on living in that river of denial, Chantal. Keep swimming down that river. Keep swimming.
Contributes to our life. I mean, I have somebody who has their own business, they earn their own income, and they contribute. And I don't have to worry as much about it, which also really, really has.
He doesn't own anything. He doesn't. What time does he have to work if you're always in his face? If you're always checking his phone and he's got to be there to deliver food to you, you don't give that man time to work. What are you talking about? Is his job modding in your chat? Because that's the only time you give him time for.
It's been helpful for me trying to get a grip on my own life. I have said some vile things. When I Cuba rage, yes, I was acting very vile. I've explained my reasoning. For a lot of people, that doesn't excuse it, but I'm not going to keep beating myself up over things that I did or said during a time when I was really, really, really lost, really, really emotionally damaged.
Wait. At a time when I was emotionally damaged. Well, that was then, and this is now. So what has changed between then and now? Oh, wait. The fact that you're not able to drink, you're not on camera drinking or high off of rugs, that's pretty much it. You're still emotionally damaged, Chantal. You're still raging, you're still angry, you're still bitter. Nothing has changed. There's been no enlightenment here. There's been no empowerment here. There's been no evolvement here. You're still the same person. The clothes may be different, but that's it. That's pretty much it. And regarding the Cuba rage, do you know why people still talk about it? It wasn't because you were intoxicated. We've seen you intoxicated. That doesn't matter. It has to do with the fact that Cuba rage, the mask was completely off. It was at that time in your life when you were making a lot of money, and whenever you're rolling in the dough, that makes you the most arrogant. And when you're feeling arrogant, the mask comes off because you feel all in your feelings. You can take off the mask and get away with it. You're always looking to see what you can get away with. You're like a little kid that way. What can I get away with? You get a kick out of getting away with things. And that Cuba rage, the mask was off. The mask was so off that you actually told the audience how manipulative you are. You made the comment that you will manipulate the F out of everybody and then come on camera and be sweet as pie and everybody will eat it up. You were being extremely truthful in that moment. Extremely truthful, which is rare for you. You're a liar, but you were so in your arrogance and narcissism and ego and evilness, you actually said it out loud. That moment was defining. It was absolutely self-defining of how evil and soulless and uncaring you are. And everybody paid attention. And those that are VIBs, they should be paying attention. But they don't care. They worship you. I don't know why, but they do. I think the reason why a lot of them are over there, because they're as messed up as you are. And they look at you as a role model or they look up to you. I don't know why they'd want to do that, but they do. I really don't understand why they adore you the way they do, but they put up with your crap. They enable you in your bad habits. They contribute to you being unhealthy. That's their right, I guess, being on YouTube. They can go where they want, say what they want. But if they're picking you as a role model, I don't get it. But still, it is what it is.
Just horrible. And I was just... But comparing to what others have said, if you look on Twitter, if you look on, people calling my mother a whore, people infertility shaming me, making fun of my weight. You know, like I don't do that on a daily basis compared to what other people do to me. And so I find it very it's like almost a weird way of projecting people who like to sit there use
Chantal, you have said you think that all reactors are 300 pounds, which is not true. But even if we were 300 pounds, ma'am, you're 500. You're over 500. Prove me wrong. Get on a scale, on a real scale that's not been played with, and show yourself. You're over 500 pounds. But let's take it further. Even if you were over 500 pounds, that's not the problem. The problem is not your weight. The problem is your attitude and the way you talk to people. You could be a 500, 600, 700 pound person and be nice to people, and people like you, but you're a completely unlikable, evil, manipulative, lying person. I think, my opinion, that you like to find different things to act as shields, to shield yourself from the consequence of your own actions and words. You use the fact that you are of a much bigger size as a shield. Oh, fat phobia, they're fat shaming me. And now, in my opinion, you put on the hijab and the abaya and claim to be a newly reverted Muslim woman to act also as a further shield. Because let's be honest, in your heart, where it matters, you're not a Muslim woman, and you never will be. You're not really faithful to that faith. You're not honest and true to that faith. You don't have that faith in your heart. It's just you cosplaying something that is not true to you and doing it to act as a shield for your awful behavior rather than fix yourself, fix your behavior. You're always looking for shields to avoid consequence rather than fix yourself. Always running, always escaping, looking for shields rather than come out from behind the shields, face yourself, fix yourself.
my content and beat up on me all day long. I don't do that, and I don't have to do that. And for that, I am so thankful that to the point where I don't even care about my views or my following. Like, I care about my loyal supporters, yes, of course, but beyond that, I'm not here for a popularity contest. To me, this is not
Theory on the table. I said this before, I'll say it again. I think Chantal is lowering the amount of lives that she does and the money she makes on YouTube to escape from the tax man. Like trying to funnel everything towards Salah. You know, let him make the money. I can funnel it towards him. Maybe getting money from the VIPs and stuff on PayPal. But maybe she's trying to escape the tax man by not making as much money on YouTube. Again, it's a theory, not fact, no receipts here. But it makes sense, doesn't it? She had her tax problems. She's got her bankruptcy, the trustee, and all that. So maybe she's trying to lower her income on YouTube and finding the income some other way where he's not looking.
It's not a popularity contest. It's not high school. I'm my own person. I'm independent. I make my own content. And that's it. I don't know why people like to beat up on me on every little video I do, but that's not my problem anymore. And I realize that. That's the difference now, is I realize that I don't have to give a reaction to anything. I don't have to.
But you are reacting right here, right now in this video. You are reacting. Do you not see that? This is a reaction, Chantal. This video. What are you talking about? You're talking about FFG. You're talking about Charlie Gold. Is that not a reaction? Just because you're not on StreamYard and showing the person's video and reacting to a video, this is still a reaction. You are reacting. I don't have to give a reaction, but I will because I need content. I got an anger problem. I got to vent it out. I got to talk about people. So let's pick Charlie Gold and FFG out of the hat today. Let me just take them off the shelf, dust them off, and use them for content when you don't have to. Because as you said, this is your channel, right? This is your channel. You can talk about anything you want. You can show us anything you want, anything at all. You're in Kuwait. Are there not places to see? Are there not people to talk to? Are there not things to do? I'm sure there's lots of things to do. It's just a matter of what do you want to do and what can you do physically? What do you have the stamina for? Where's the gym content, Chantal? Right? You're going to go to the gym, work out, get healthy, all that. Where's that? You could have done that instead. It would have been positive. Bonus, if you had done that, if you stick to that, you would get healthy and you would get a much different crowd. A crowd that's not around to, forgive me for saying this, I'm not trying to be morbid, but it is the truth, and truth is sometimes harsh. You've got people in your audience, they are there to watch you die. The people that are there as feeders that are encouraging you to eat, that don't care if you blow up to 1,000 pounds, they are there to watch you die. I'm not saying I want you to die, okay? Don't get it twisted. But the people that are there in your audience that are your enablers for your eating habit, they are there to watch you get more and more sick. And if you have a medical emergency, they're not going to be there to comfort you or to help you. Your health is your business. You need to take care of your health. You really need to. Your body is struggling. But you don't give a crap about that. All you care about is getting a YouTube paycheck and giving Salah money so that he will be your companion. Well, you're paying the price for that, aren't you? Can't walk, can't go anywhere. And girl, you're going to be hurting when it comes summertime and there's a rolling blackout in your house and it's over 100 degrees and you can't even keep a thought in your head because the moment you have a thought, it melts into your brain. Trust me, I've been there. Used to live in Cali and my house would reach 100 degrees and it's so hot you can't even think. But you're going to find out. You're going to find out. Oh, you're going to find out. You're going to have a hot girl summer like you have never even imagined. But getting back to you and the topic of you, because you like it when people talk about you. So let me just indulge you for a moment. You over there. You can talk about anything at all. Why this? Why FFG? Why Charlie? Why not talk about anything? Because this is lazy content, that's why. It will be a struggle for you to find an original idea or original topic that has nothing to do with the reaction channels. Talking about the reactors is lazy content. It's effortless. Remember what I said, Chantal. You put in the reward, you get the reward. You're not willing to work. Want to talk about same people over and over. It's boring. People are bored to tears. They're bored to death. And it's not just the reaction channels that are bored. It's just not that our audiences are bored. It's everybody. Your own people, your own viewers are getting bored. Does that not concern you? It should concern you. You should think about it more.
Rage. I don't have to be negative. I don't have to partake in that drama. It doesn't mean that right now I can't give a calm opinion on everything or on certain things, but it's probably also just not worth it because even these reactors who I'm addressing, nobody knows who they are outside of reacting to me. Honestly,
and nobody knows who you are off of YouTube. Know that. You're not a celebrity. Know that. This is your only claim to fame, Chantal. You've been on YouTube for what, 4 or 5 years? This is it. This is it, girl. This is all. You got a YouTube channel. You're making a little bit of money. Good for you. This is it. You're not a true celebrity. You're not doing ad campaigns for like perfumes and body lotions. No. You're not doing movies. You're not doing TV shows. This is it. And you're not even smart enough to keep this going for another 4 or 5 years and get yourself together. So just as nobody knows who we are, which doesn't bother any of us, we don't care. Nobody knows who you are either. No one. No one.
You're still sitting there being super hateful and having to use my content to get any views of your own. So coming for Salah and I for using one video, which was free stock footage, to do a video, when you use all of my content every day and the rest of my channel is all original, my original content, doesn't even...
And here's the difference. Here is the difference between what we do and what you did. Let me explain it to you because you need some explanation here. Since you're having this argument of, well, they used 100% of my content here. Let me explain the difference, Chantal. It's called transformative. We transform the content. You have your live streams, raw footage as it is. We take it, we cut it up, we add our commentary with the archive channels, with the clip channels. They'll add in their editing, they'll add pictures, they'll add TV and movie clips, they'll do all kinds of stuff with it. Transformative. That takes work. You can't imagine the work that goes into doing a transformative documentary style video, finding this stuff, putting it all together, adding whatever footage. It takes a lot of work. What you did is you took stock footage, you clipped it together, which takes seconds in an editing program. You looped it, which takes no time at all. And I know that because I've done ambiance, ma'am. No work involved. No work. You find the footage from somebody else, you put it together. You copyright music, you can download a song in like 3 seconds. It's not transformative. You just piece stuff together and there it is. Versus what the reaction channels do. Okay?
Compare whatsoever. Honestly, I'm not even really worried about our channels right now. Like,
you're probably getting money from other people off YouTube. That's why you're not worried.
I'm putting more effort into my life, improving my life, than I am into my content. And that's just all I can handle right now. That's all I can do. That's just more important to me.
And I'm going to call you out for this. I'm going to the gym crap. Look, Chantal, if you're in your house and you have to have the AC down to 17 degrees Celsius, which is extremely cold, and even in your house, when it's that cold, you are sweating profusely. Girl, how are you going to a gym and working out in the abaya, which it's going to be hot? I know I've worked out before. You want to wear as less as possible because if you're working out, you're covered in sweat. You're covered. You are filthy. You got to take a shower afterwards. You want to know how I know you're not working out for real? Because if you were, you wouldn't be able to move. You'd be sore all over and complaining about how sore you are. Oh, my legs hurt, my back. Oh my God, my arm, I can barely move my arm. You're not complaining about any aches and pains that way. Nothing. And for the activity level that you've had the past few years, you should be hurting all over. You're not. So you're not working out. Oh, and you know what? I love that look. I love that face. You know what, Chantal? I will say to you, you are so photogenic. That is a perfect face for a thumbnail. Loving it. I'm keeping that for the thumbnail right there. I'm taking a picture. Thank you so much for the thumbnail. Appreciate it. But going back to you, if you were working out, we'd hear about it. You'd hear, oh, I'm so much in pain. I'm so sore. Anybody who's ever worked out, you know what I'm talking about. You're like, oh my God, the first week or two of workouts, you are done. You're spent. You're hobbling around. She ain't doing that. She ain't working out at all, period.
Ramadan is more important to me. I'm just not in the mood to share a lot of things right now. I'm kind of like, putting my head back in my shell for right now. And I just need to do that to protect myself. And just don't ever mistake not reacting as being weak. I hear people say, well, she doesn't fight back, so she's weak. No, not fighting back to somebody who's not worth your attention is the strongest thing you can do in life, because
maybe that's part of your problem. You spend far too much time, quote unquote, defending yourself and less time fixing yourself. You spend far too much time seeking out what others are saying about you, what their opinions are, what their feelings are, and less time in just looking inside yourself and seeing what's wrong and fixing it. You're putting your focus everywhere but than where it needs to be.
Because that, for me, has been the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. Ever. Hardest. That and overcoming, obviously, my food issues.
You haven't overcome them. You haven't. You have not. I've seen those vlogs. Girl, calm down with the rice. Calm all the way down with it. Having a pie tin 2 pie tins full of rice, unacceptable. Don't need all that. You're not working out that hard. You are not Arnold Schwarzenegger as a bodybuilder. No, you're not. You don't need all those carbs. You don't need all that bread. You don't need all that soda. If you're taking care of your health, you need to calm the F down with the carbs and the sugar. You should calm down with those anyway. You're diabetic. Not good for you. If you're always thirsty, it might not just be the heat. It could be because your blood sugar is too high. Calm the F down with all that. How can you sit there and take care of your health and eat like that? It's not healthy. More vegetables and fruit on your plate, less carbs. Even bodybuilders don't eat that much carbs, Chantal.
Which, by the way, again, very hypocritical of people like Charlie, who started their channel going to show everybody how she could do what Amberlynn and I couldn't do. But here you are. And you're more nasty than ever when you talk about us. And it's really sad. I don't envy your life at all. I don't envy that you have to be a negative person trying to prove yourself as more nasty and badass in this whole community. It's just, why? I mean, like, are we not adults or what? Anyway, you
Y'all help me with something. I'm struggling over here. Question on the chalkboard. Y'all, if you hate somebody, if you really, really hate them, if you feel that they're a hateful person, they say hateful things about you, would you pay attention to them? Would you give them an ounce of your attention? No, because if you hate someone, you turn away from them, you turn your back and you don't turn around. She says she hates FFG. She hates Charlie. She hates the reaction channels. And yet, she's always focusing on us, doesn't she? Yeah, she does that. So if you hate us, Chantal, if we're hateful people, if we're evil, if we're the evil of the world, why are you focusing so much on us? Why are you pocket watching us? Spend that time on yourself. Be a lot better off.
who said you were going to delete your channel if you won the weight loss challenge. The challenge never happened, and you never lost the weight. And I really don't care. I don't see anyone as less of a person for how much they weigh. I don't really care. Like, honestly, it's not like a one up because you're a bit smaller than someone else or you're.
You know what? I'm going to say it. Chantal is over 500 pounds. Could you all imagine, Chantal, how she would be personality-wise if she were much smaller in size? She would be that person that if she were much smaller in size, she would be 1,000 times worse. She would be that person that if she were at a smaller size, she would hate on people who were of a bigger size. Even if she had been much bigger herself at one point, she would be a million times worse. She'd be all into herself, all into her ego. Her ego would be supersized. She would be skinny and she'd be hating on people that were bigger. Oh, look, that person's fat. That would be her. She'd be snobby and stuck up. Yeah, she would. I mean, you can't fix that kind of ugly. You might fix the ugly on the outside, Chantal, but the ugly on the inside, that takes a lot more work. You got a whole lot of ugly on the inside. All the makeup in Sephora couldn't fix that kind of ugly. You got an ugly soul, okay? Your issue is not your weight. Your issue is your soul. The ugliness in your soul. That's never going to go away. And that's always going to follow you, and it's always going to affect you, and always make it to where if people that hang out with you, you literally have to pay them because they couldn't stand you any other way.
You're smaller than someone else. It doesn't make you a better person. It doesn't make you a better person at all. Like I said, when you leave this world, and not even then, just in life in general, what you do is what's going to matter. So I'm trying to focus all of my time on doing good deeds, trying to better myself, trying to just move on. And I will. and I am moving on. I have moved on for a lot of things. I make peace with myself. So the only thing that matters is how I live my life and how I view myself and how God views me. Like, only God can judge me. I know it's a classic saying, but it's really the truth. Because whenever you're done with this life, who's going to judge you? Charlie Gold? FFG is going to be at the pearly gates? I don't think so. So I've really just learned to
Chantal, you're supposed to be a newly reverted Muslim woman. In that faith, there are no pearly gates. So what are you using that reference for?
accept things the way they are and try to just focus on myself. Doing the gym, it's actually feeling really good being so consistent at something for so long. It doesn't seem like so long. I mean, what, it hasn't like maybe not even been a month yet or whatever, but I still, that's a long time for me. I've had a trouble with consistency, which of course people love to again hammer that out. People like to highlight my flaws without even looking at their own because they're reactors, they're not the subject, right? But that's the irony of it. That's the hypocrisy of it, is that none of these people are any better. Actually, they've said a lot of worse things and do a lot of worse things. So I mean, I heard someone say, like, who wants to watch somebody like me, fat or whatever, boring? How am I boring? How am I boring?
Do I have all day? You want me to list the reasons? Because it would take all day to list all the reasons.
If you use all of my content every single day, how? That doesn't even make any sense. Like, you
Well, here, let me help you. Let me help you understand how and make it make sense to you. You've been on YouTube for 5 years. That's a long time. You've been making videos and live streams for about that long. And because you've been on YouTube for that long, a lot of people are invested in your story. As twisted, as toxic, as dark, as troubling, as stressful as it is, they are invested. It's like watching a really, really long, bad movie on TV. You know, you sit down to watch the movie, and even the movie's bad. After a while, you say to yourself, I've been watching it this long, I just want to see the ending. I've invested 3, 4, 5 hours of my time in this movie. I might as well just finish it. So everybody's wondering about the ending. What's the ending going to be? A lot of people are hanging around for the ending. That's pretty much it. It's not because the movie is interesting. It stopped being interesting a long time ago when you started talking about the same subjects over and over, doing the same things over and over. It stopped being interesting, yet people are still invested because they want to know the ending. If they've been watching you for years, watching you devolve versus evolve into the living caricature that you have made yourself into, they want to know what the ending is. And that's why they're still here.
These two people in particular are very like obsessed with my life and obsessed with my having to react to everything just to make a buck. But there will always be nasty people like this, and when I react to it in a similar way, I'm just as nasty. And I don't like that about myself. I really loathe what drama does to my mental health. For some people it's just fun. I don't know how, but I would rather spend my time at the gym. I would rather spend my time praying. I would rather spend my time at the mosque. I would rather spend the time watching movies with my husband. I would rather spend the time making my own content here and there for you guys. I hear a lot of comments also like, well, if your husband works, why do you have to work? Okay, technically, no, I don't have to, which is why I'm cutting it back because I'm focusing on myself. Actually,
That comment right there. I like making content. She says, I like making content. But didn't you get on YouTube just a few days ago and tell everybody you were burnt out on YouTube? How many times have you said that? How many times have you done live streams and videos saying that you were just done with YouTube? You were going to quit YouTube. It wasn't fun anymore for you. You were essentially burnt out. You're entitled and you're spoiled because the money on YouTube is easy to make. And because it's easy, because it's been going on for so long, you're actually burnt out on it. But you come on camera and you tell your audience, the people that are your subscribers, those people that are VIBs, people that are paying their extra $5 for what I don't understand, but they do. You're telling those people, I don't like what I do. I don't like being on YouTube. I'm not enjoying it. And yet you keep doing it. And here you are saying, I like making content. So which is it? Do you like being on YouTube? Do you like making content or don't you? You're a flip flopper. You flip flop back and forth. 1 minute you don't like it, 1 minute you do. Make up your mind. You expect people to invest their time into watching your live streams, which go on for freaking ever, even though you're not saying much. You're just running up the meter to try to get enough content to get that Google AdSense money. You want people to invest their time in you, and yet you don't invest your time and effort into your content. Pick a lane, Chantal.
Salah is the one who told me to, you know what, babe, just if you need a break from live streaming, halas, do it. Like, stop. Enough is enough. Do it. He saw what it was doing to me. He saw that I can't control myself if I'm like provoked or triggered. So it's better to just take a step back. And that's
Okay, so translation, it's Ramadan. And because it's Ramadan, Chantal cannot eat whatever she wants, whenever she wants. She's got to behave. So you got to know that's making her extra hangry. And she's a gigantic toddler, and she throws a temper tantrum when she doesn't get her way. So Chantal rages because she can't get her food when she wants it. And she's extra ragey because of the reaction channels. Can you imagine what Salah has to put up with right about now? So maybe to control part of her rage and her anger, which he doesn't want to deal with, he's like, hey, just cut back on the live streaming right now. You know, keep the anger to a certain level that he can deal with.
That's why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it to punish my viewers or my beezers. I know, you know, that's why I'm giving you the option if you need to cancel your membership for the time being. I don't know if I might.
Here, let me just, since you're kind of broke with common sense, let me just buy you a clue, Chantal. You coming online and talking about the same subjects over and over and over and over and over again, the same reactors over and over again, you are punishing your subs. They sub to you for great content. They sub to you for entertainment. You want to be an entertainer, entertain people. But you coming on camera, talking about the same people in the same way over and over again, you are punishing your subs. You are punishing your audience. Those people who sub to you, who give you the VIB memberships, or even if they don't, the people who give you the view, and the view is worth money, you're punishing them by not giving them anything new. Shame on you.
Do some in the future or not, but I'm thinking more of just what I'm enjoying doing is actual vlogs, like for a couples channel. That's my favorite. And we have a lot of the ASMR channel planned content. We're probably going to do a lot of walking through the different markets and things like that. Of course, Stella will hold the camera because I wobble too much, but it'll be a really good exercise at the same time.
I don't think that's a good idea. I veto that idea. Walking through a market, the first thing that comes to my mind is showing people on camera. Are you going to show people's faces on camera? Because even if you blur out their faces, Chantal, that's going to be kind of not good for the video. It's not going to look good. Are you going to pick a market where there's absolutely nobody, there's no vendors, there's no nothing? That's going to be next to impossible. So I don't think that'd be a good idea, because that, to me, that just screams showing people on camera and not getting their consent. I don't think they want to be seen, especially over in Kuwait.
Content. And I mean, there's so many picturesque things here to do, beaches, and there's also a lot of just markets and stuff that people would find interesting. People like watching walking and driving videos. I've seen some channels with hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people in this. I think,
Aha, we have it. It took a while to get there, but we got it. She just said it, y'all. Bam, boom, there it is. So Chantal's been running around on YouTube looking around at all the different communities, seeing what ones are getting the most views and the most subs and the most engagement. She took notice of the ASMR ambiance communities and said, I want a piece of that pie. I want to have a channel with over 100,000 subscribers and I get tons of views. That's why she wants to do ASMR. That's why she wants to do ambiance. Chantal, look, I am all for you doing something different, something positive, if it's in your heart to do it, if you have a true passion for it. But I do not support you going into a community and it's money motivated. That makes you a phony and a fraud. And the ambiance ASMR communities, they are there to entertain people. They are there to relax people. It's a pleasant experience. You're all about the greed. You're very money motivated. You're not going to bring to the community anything good. If anything, you're going to make a mockery of it, and I'm not going to stand for it. I think that's disgusting. Those communities bring something positive to YouTube. You would not add anything to either one of them. You would make a joke of it. No, ma'am. No. Although I will say that I know you're going to fall flat on your face that way. Because if you don't like working on your main channel, you're going to have to work 10 times as hard in the ASMR community. Just doing your basic B stock footage and copyright music ain't going to get it done. Those people are bringing their A+ game. They've got the 3D editing programs. They make their own music. They'll spend hours and weeks working on one video, making it 12 hours, 24 hours long. What are you going to do over there? Do you have the right editing equipment? Do you have the right software? Do you have the right microphones? Because a clip-on microphone, nope, not going to do it. You're not good at role play. We just saw that with your burger video. That was a joke. What are you going to do? You lack creativity. The people in those communities, they've got it for days. You don't even have an ounce of it. You're doing it for the money. You're wanting to enter that community for the money. Same with you tried to attach yourself to the tarot community. You're bringing out your tarot cards. That was a joke too. Didn't even know what you're doing with that. Please stay away from the positive communities that are adding something good on YouTube. Don't be a part of those. You don't know how. And worse, you're not interested to learn. Just go away with that.
I think I watch a guy, his name is Charlie Boy. He just drives around like in his car. He doesn't even edit. He just drives, and people love watching it. I like watching that kind of content. So I figure if I like watching it, then there must be other people who like watching it as well. Another thing, and Salah told me not to address this, but
I'm going to anyway.
Our Relax Area channel used to be Salah's channel. Like during COVID, he made a channel. He made an ASMR channel. And
okay, my big question is, if she wanted to do an ASMR channel, why didn't she just make a separate ASMR channel for herself? Why is an old account being repurposed? I don't understand that. Y'all help me with that. If you want to do an ASMR channel, Chantal, you know how to create a channel, and it doesn't take that long. Why not just create a brand new channel that has nothing to do with Salah? Is it because you're trying to funnel money towards him so that the taxman doesn't catch up with you? Yeah, kind of sounds like it.
He saw all the people commenting negatively, and he wanted to use that channel to comment positive things about us, comment positive things about our channel, about us as a couple, whatever, positive comments. People use sock accounts and troll accounts to tell me to kill myself.
Ma'am. You were using the ASMR channel to essentially talk to yourself and leave comments on the couple vlogs, and you got caught. You left those little Easter eggs out, and everybody went hunting and found them, showing you're talking to yourself. You were commenting on yourself saying, oh, great vlog, very educational. and you got caught because you're stupid. You got caught talking to yourself, complimenting yourself. How sad is that? Miss Big YouTuber, Miss I'm a YouTube celebrity, talking to yourself to get engagement. Pathetic.
They do it to body shame, to bash me. I mean, so how is it a bad thing to use another one of your channels to comment good things about somebody you love? You know, to try to encourage positive comments, like to offset the balance. I don't see how that's a bad thing. I actually think that's an actual really sweet thing for him to do, and just shows that he really cares. And I don't know. I just think, some people might think it's cringy. That's fine. But I think that most people have sock accounts, and
Yeah, you have a million of them that you use those sock accounts to comment in people's live streams, thinking you're not going to get noticed, and you do because you tell on yourself. That's the one thing we can count on with Chantal. We can count on two things, y'all. We can count on the fact that she lies. We can also count on the fact that she tells on herself. We don't even have to poke at her. She does it to herself. Chantal lies. Chantal tells on herself. That's just the constants in Foodieverse.
So that they can be anonymous and say what they want. The thing is even if you're anonymous, just because you're anonymous and nobody knows it's you saying it, you still know it's you saying it. God still knows it's you saying it. And it doesn't mean that you're going to escape the karma that comes with being so vile towards people. If I'm going to be held accountable, as everyone likes to hold me accountable for what I say, you can guarantee that you're going to be held the same accountability. I will say, I see people holding, Charlie as the new hero for going against FFG. The thing is that she's not any better. Like she's not any better, because if you look at her career history on YouTube, it's been just as vile towards Amberlynn and I. It's been nothing but being ableist, making fun of the fact that Amberlynn couldn't walk up a curb.
I love what you did there. So, women, you talk trash about Amberlynn, but yet when it suits you, you'll make her into a victim for your live stream and talk positive about her. I love that about you. The fact that you go back and forth with people. You're a person of many faces, Chantal. You got multiple faces, multiple masks. 1 minute putting somebody down, the next minute using them for victimhood to make yourself look better. Yeah, love that about you.
Basically, in other words, heard her say that I don't care if I ate myself to this way, I deserve to be made fun of. Like, that just really, wow. It's like it's okay to bash on fat people because they had issues with food, and I mean that's the most self-loathing statement I've ever heard anyone make, and I feel bad that you feel that way about yourself. Have some self-compassion, man. Like, really, I can't fathom ever thinking that way about myself, but it makes sense that somebody who bashes other fat women for a living would have that sentiments toward themselves, because that's exactly what projecting is. You feel a certain way about yourself and you project that onto other people. As for former Beezer, Missy Moo, I don't really want to give her much attention, because that's exactly what she wants right now.
I'm not going to give her any attention, but yet I'm going to talk about her and give her attention. Again, pick a lane, Chantal.
But to say that you bullied people for me is a total lack of taking any adult responsibility for your own actions and what you say. I never asked you to white knight for me.
That part right there. Let's have a discussion about what she just said, because I want to have it. I want to have it right here, right now. When you're dealing with somebody who's a liar and a grifter and a con artist and scammer, all of which apply to Chantal. I've known some bad people in my life. I have been involved with some bad people who did bad things, hence why they're not in my life anymore. I've had a few exes that were liars and manipulators like Chantal. One thing I learned being around them, the life lesson that I learned with being around those people, when you're on that level where you are a manipulator and a liar, there are ways of getting things done and asking for things without directly asking, not coming out and asking face to face. There are methods. If you are evil like Chantal is and you got that skill, you can get people to do things without asking. She knows how to do this. Remember, she's a manipulator. She knows how to manipulate people. Chantal is the queen of, it wasn't me. I wasn't involved. I didn't ask somebody to do that. She's the queen of that. She wears the crown. Chantal knows. She gets on YouTube. She has an audience of people that are loyal to her, her beezers. And she knows exactly what to say to rile those people up, to kick the hornet's nest, if you will. Get those hornets all ready to sting. She knows how to motivate them to do things for her without asking them to do things. She knows if she talks about people on her live stream and she gets them mad enough, they'll go out, bother other people, harass other people, perhaps even dox other people in her behalf. And she can do all this without asking them to. And by not directly asking them to do it, that removes any liability. So she can sit there and say, I never asked Missy Moo to do this, that, and the other thing. But she knows that people that are loyal to her, out of loyalty, out of love, they would do it. If maybe she's had private conversations with Missy, Missy might do it on her behalf without asking the question. By not asking, by not making a direct request, she can say, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I wasn't involved. Chantal's not stupid. She is smart in ways she shouldn't be smart. She's smart in evil ways. I've always known this. I knew it all the way back when she was with Natter. Remember the live stream she did, y'all? When she was in his bedroom with his sheet wrapped around her? And when somebody asked her the question, have you ever thought about Natter being with another woman, leaving you for another woman? And she said, I think about that all the time. And then she said something important. She said, I'm not as stupid as you guys think. I've got a plan. Trust. Something about an Aries. She was letting everybody know she wasn't dumb. And I believe you, Chantal. I believed you in that moment. I absolutely believed you. I knew in that moment that you were a control freak. And that if Natter ever tried to leave you or drop you like a hot potato, you were going to use his criminal past against him to manipulate him, to blackmail him, to stay with you. And that's exactly what you did. You went right to the cops when things didn't go your way. So Chantal has had years before YouTube to perfect her craft, and she has. And she's learned that method of getting things out of people without asking. And then if they get mad at her, she can go, well, I never asked you to do that. There are ways, y'all. She knows the ways. Chantal's very concerned about her channel and the money she makes from her channel because that's how she supports herself and Sala. So she's not going to do anything directly that would result in her channel being taken from her and her income being cut off. No. She's going to be the queen piece on the chessboard. It's the very back of the chessboard, not moving. She's not going to move. She lets other people move for her, do things for her. And if they take damage, not her problem, not her stress, not her pain. Let other people move. Let other people rush to the forefront to fight the battles. She'll stay in the back, safe, her income safe. She knows what to do that way. So no, Chantal, you don't have to ask people. All you have to do is rile people up and suggest that you're in trouble, and they rush to your defense. And you stay safe at the back of the chessboard, unharmed.
I never ask any beezers to do any of that. I don't tell people.
You know what, though? You know what part she's leaving out right here? The part you're leaving out, Chantal, that's important is at the same time that you don't ask people to do things, you also don't stop them. You don't step forward and say, hey, don't do this on my behalf. It's not your battle. Let me fight it. I'm a big girl. I can handle it. You don't stop people from doing things. You just put out the idea and let people run with it, and they do. You don't try to stop people from doing things on your behalf. You let it happen.
People to attack other people. I don't tell people to come to my defense. I don't need it. I don't need people to come to my defense for me. I'm fine. But I never, ever, ever asked you ever to do any of these things for me. You actually look very ridiculous to now sit there and completely 180 and contradict everything you've said and done for years. Lies included. Again, sadly using Cuba Rage, which happened. How long are people going to hold that over my head? Being
forever. Forever. Hey, the internet is forever. Deal with it. You wanted to come to YouTube and make a spectacle of your life and yourself, turn yourself into a caricature of yourself because you were so caught up in the attention, the views, and the money. Deal with it. Deal with the aftermath. You decided to put all of your dirty laundry out on Front Street where we can all look at it and smell it. Deal with it. You're here to make money. You're an entertainer. This is the downside. When you do things, you say things that you regret, too late. It's in the public eye. It's on video. It's recorded. It's out there. Deal with it. If you don't like what people have to say, you got two choices. Either change yourself and make yourself completely over, or ignore it. There's no other options here.
Drunk and saying vile things. What's the excuse of some of these reactors who are sober and say really vile things? You don't believe me? Go to Twitter. Apparently, it's a cesspool over there. I have
another confession. See, this is again. I love the fact that you tell on yourself, Chantal. I love it. Give me more, please. I got a sweet tooth. I need some dessert today. Tell on yourself some more. So, Miss, I'm not going to react to these people. I don't care about these people. They're so hateful. She just confessed. We love a good confession over here. Confess some more. I want it. I want it. So you just confessed to paying attention to not just YouTube, but Twitter. Miss, I am so into evolving and being a better person. You just confessed to not only being on YouTube and following around all the different reactors and what they're doing and what they're saying and what they're making as far as money, but you're also on Twitter. Twitter, which is Twitter is the Wild West. The Bird app it's vicious. They don't hold back there. But on YouTube, on Twitter. So when exactly do you have time for working out, Chantal? It sounds like you spend all of your time online.
I haven't had a Twitter. I've had a Twitter for maybe 5 minutes, and I was like, nope. I don't ever see this stuff, and honestly, it's a really
liar. Then why are you so concerned with it? I don't ever see this stuff. Then why are you raging about it? Make it make sense.
It helps my mental health. I don't have to see it. So I mean, why would I have a Twitter? You know, it's funny that you're
just because she doesn't have a Twitter doesn't mean she doesn't have beezers that don't send her stuff. I'm sure she does. I'm sure she has a network of beezers that they send her stuff on Instagram and email, letting her know what's going on, what's being said. And she uses part of what she learns to talk about in reactions. And that's how she talks about the reactors and what they're doing, blah, blah, blah. She's got her information network.
You're so anti Chantal now, and you're supporting somebody who bullies other people online every single day.
And how did that happen? How did it go from you having a channel 5 years ago, Chantal, where you were just doing mukbangs, to a lot of people not liking you? How did we get here? How did that happen? Let's go back for a minute. How did that happen? You were just a person that you had a YouTube channel. You were pretty normal then, or at least as normal as we can expect you to be. You know, I watched your old video, the one I reacted to yesterday, and I watched it and I thought, you know what? This is the Chantal that a lot of people fell in love with. This is the Chantal that people really got into. Unfortunately, that person is gone now. She's long gone. She's been gone for a while. But you were not a caricature then. You were much more normal, if you will, talking normal. There wasn't the screeching and the yelling and the burping and the farting. No, you became that person to get more attention, to get more views and make more money. But that was the Chantal that a lot of people found endearing because you were relatable, you were likable at that time as much as you could be. How did we get here? We got here because you brought us here, because you made yourself into what you are. You created this public image that is beyond repulsive and obnoxious and hateful and evil and twisted, doing absolutely everything you could do to offend people, to shock people. You brought the drama, brought the near nudity, for God's sake, on a platform where it doesn't need to be. You did this to yourself. You brought this to the audience. You brought this to the reactors. If you had not acted this way, we'd have nothing to talk about. There'd be nothing to talk about, nothing to discuss, but you made it this way. I'm becoming a better person, she says. So where's the accountability? Where is the true accountability? It's not here. It's missing. It's missing from you. Completely missing. You're passing the buck, but nobody is grabbing the buck that you're trying to pass. Nobody is buying what you're selling, so cut it out.
I don't know. You can all sit there on your high horse, thinking I'll never change. I've proven you wrong with so many things that you never thought I could do. People underestimate me a lot. And again, silence is not weakness. Silence is golden. Silence is a sign of self-restraint, of maturity.
So why don't you try it? You're not silent right now, and you should be.
And why would I give my attention and fight back with people who are not worth it? Why? It's just a perpetual game of drama over drama over drama.
Who's fighting with you? Who's fighting with you? Nobody's fighting you, Chantal. Us reacting to you is not fighting. We're just giving our opinions. You don't want to hear them? Don't listen. Don't watch. Nobody is fighting with you. When you do live chats, it's just your VIPs. You keep the conversation behind a paywall. There's no reaction channels that have bought a VIP membership. So who's fighting with you? If anybody is fighting you, it's you fighting yourself. You're at war with yourself. You are in your own way. You are your own worst enemy. Wake up and realize that.
You know, someone else is the flavor of the week, and it's just so high school. It's just so beneath me at this point, and it's beneath everything I'm trying to do to improve myself. I just can't, because people rely on these reactions to do their own reactions, and if I don't, they ruminate over old things I used to do. Like, the level of obsession with my life is weird on all fronts. On all fronts. Charlie is no better than FFG in that way, you know, at all. Like, because she's still probably live right now talking about me. Like, there's probably somebody live right now talking about me in a hypocritical way, you know, and it's just.
Let's be truthful, Chantal. You want people to talk about you. You really do. You can't make up your mind. You freak out if we talk about you. You freak out if we don't talk about you. You want the attention only on you. And here's the stupid thing. You will not do things to get the proper attention. You won't keep the content interesting. You're making it boring. So you want the spotlight on you, but yet you're not earning the spotlight properly. You think that by serving up the same rehashed, hateful content that people have seen and heard a million times before, that the public is going to stay forever interested. That's not going to happen. That's not happening. More and more people are saying her content is boring. There's nothing to see here. There's nothing to listen to. I've heard this before over and over and over again. You want the spotlight, but yet you will not work to keep it on you. And you get resentful and jealous and envious and afraid if it goes somewhere else. Truth be told, I think you're terrified. I think you are absolutely scared of what would happen if the spotlight were not on you. If the reaction channels all turned away from you and said, let's cover somebody else, let's find someone to be the new lolcow, some other channel that maybe they don't have as many subscribers, maybe they don't have that much in the way of views. Let's cover that person. Whoever that person might be, I'm sure they'd be very happy with the attention that you're getting. They'd be very happy with the views and that their sub counts going up. Even if the reactions are not positive, it would be a boost for their channel. I'm sure they'd be very happy with it. And they might be smarter than you and not throw strikes and claims and all that crap and just relish in it. Relish on a channel? Yeah. You don't like the reaction channels, but you cannot deny that the reaction channels are the reason why your channel is as big as it is. And you get the views that you do. Some of the VIBs that you have came because the reaction channels reacting to you. And the people that are in our audiences, some of them started out as viewers of yours. But because of your offensive words and actions, you lost those people. Your smug attitude and putting it out there that nobody matters, that it doesn't matter if you lose subscribers because you can always get more. That's why you lost them. You've been doing everything wrong for the longest, and you're not course correcting. You're not seeing that your channel is on the decline, that it's circling the drain, and less people want to watch and listen. You're not waking all the way up, drinking the coffee and getting to work. You just think the same tactics you've been using for years are going to work. No, they're not. You need to get off your big lazy butt and do something. Besides, get angry at the reaction channels. You want to get angry at something? Get angry at yourself. Get angry at yourself for being stupid, lazy, entitled, burnt out, spoiled. Do something with yourself.
Just weird. I've also realized people don't want you to defend yourself. They want somebody to be the target of their constant abuse, and now they have this whole I'm an animal abuser thing.
You are though. Where's the lie? Where's the lie? Where is it? Who's lying? Nobody's lying. Calling you that. You are.
To justify their actions further. So I realize it's never gonna stop. I'm always gonna be targeted, and that's fine. If you want me to be your beating post, go for it. Again, that's all on you. It has nothing to do with me. What people say and how people treat me is none of my business. So I'm in another country. We're gonna have.
I love how you said beating post, because that's how you treat the reaction channels when you need content. Miss Content Thief, Miss Content Vulture. You use the reaction channels as beating posts when you need an extra boost in views. But here's the sad thing, because you've talked about the same people over and over, that tactic is no longer working. Your rages are no longer working. So some of the things you've been using for your channel to get views are no longer working because all the subjects are tired. They're exhausted. You've worn them out. It's time to put those subjects away and get fresh stuff that we haven't heard before. Or not. Stick with the same stuff. Watch your channel decline. Watch your views go down, become more and more sad. Your choice, your channel. Do what you want. But if you're over there depending on money to keep yourself going and to keep Sala around, I'd be concerned about that. I'm not exactly sure the lowest amount that Sala would accept from you to be your companion, but there might be an amount, Chantal. that he looks at you and says, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. I'm not getting paid that much anymore. I'm out. I'd be very concerned about that. If you threw everything on one number, meaning Salah, if it's all about keeping him around, and if he's all about money, same as you, I'd be concerned about making sure he's paid enough to keep him around for one more month, one more day. Because you don't earn enough, he might just turn heel and go away.
A lot more content on the couples channel. We have done a lot of things in Kuwait so far. But there are a lot of other things to do. And it's Ramadan, so we are actually not going to travel till after Ramadan. Things are just way too expensive and way too crowded, and it's just harder when you're fasting and you're supposed to just be reflective and pray and spend time with friends and family. So again, lesson here is running your mouth, how good of insults you can, how good you can slam somebody, how good you can insult them, doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. It's so easy to tear someone down. It's so easy to insult them. That's lazy content.
Exactly. But that's what you do. That's all you do. It's lazy content, and you're all about the lazy content, aren't you, Chantal? Don't we all remember you going on Twitch and doing sleep streams? You heard that some Twitch streamers made a bunch of money sleep streaming, and you heard that and your eyes just lit up because you're like, oh, I can sleep and make money. Remember what happened during that sleep stream? Because I was there. I can tell you if you don't remember. You laid up in your bed and you pretended to sleep, but you were looking at the big screen in front of you, didn't see the money rolling in, and you cut off the stream. You were mad. You were salty and bitter and mad that you did not get your way. But you're always seeking out the lazy, effortless content versus content where work is involved and you can make more money. But it would mean you having to exert some effort. You're all about, let's avoid the effort. Let's avoid the hard work. You know, if you put as much time and focus into actually doing work as you do avoiding work, you might actually get somewhere.
You call my content lazy? It's even lazier to just sit there and pick apart somebody and, dog walk them, whatever. I mean, to me, being the bigger person and the stronger person is being silent and living your life. The best revenge is living a good life. And,
well, then you're not getting revenge because you're not living a good life. And we can all see that.
Your idea of what a good life is, sitting in a room, raging over somebody's content that you hate all day and plotting against them. If that's how you want to live your life, totally fine.
Well, that's how you're living your life right now.
That's your idea. I can't dog you for that. Me, my life, I like it here. We like our apartment. We like our life. I love being in Kuwait.
So why are you so mad all the time? Why? If your life is blissful, why are you so angry? Where is the anger coming from? When you went to Kuwait the first time, you did nothing but rage. And here you are in Kuwait again, and you're still angry. Nothing has changed. You haven't changed. The anger is still there. The issues are still there. You're still overeating. Nothing's changed. Where's the happiness? Where's the bliss? Where's the joy? I don't see it. I don't hear it.
More than Canada. So, I mean, I'm allowed to live my life how I want to, and you don't have to believe that. That's fine. You're whatever,
Good, because I don't believe it.
So, yeah. So that's about it. I've said a mouthful. I didn't think the video would be this long, but I just wanted to get those things off of my chest. Because again, it's still the same issue, and it always will be. Foodie Beauty is boring. Chantal's boring. Her content's boring. But people watch my every single move. They watch every single thing I do.
That's because they're waiting for the ending. That's why. Everybody's waiting for two things, Chantal. They're waiting for karma to smack you on the behind because it's long overdue. With all the things you've said and all the things you've done, everybody's waiting for consequence. We're wondering, when is consequence going to show up to the party? We got the drinks out, we got the food out, we're serving the hors d'oeuvres. When's consequence going to get here? We're all waiting. It's a guest of honor. We blew up the balloons, we got the cake. Where's consequence? Dang it, we've been waiting. They're waiting for consequence to show up, karma, if you will. And they also want to know the ending to this story. It's been a long 5-year movie. Everybody's waiting for the ending. We don't know what it's going to be. We don't know what form it's going to take, but we're waiting. People have invested in your story for years. They want to see what the ending is going to be. Is it going to be a happy ending? Is it going to be a sad ending? Is it going to be a tragic ending? We don't know, but we're here. We are here. We're hanging in there as much as we can. Only you know the answer to that question, Chantal, because as I keep saying, you are the architect of your life. You design it all. You could have any life you want, any ending that you want. And from everything that I have seen, everything that I've heard, you don't care about a true happy ending. You care about a happiness that you can see in filters. You care about happiness as long as it's an easy lie. That's why you keep lying to yourself. An easy lie is effortless. You're all about avoiding work. A real happy life, a fulfilling life takes work. It takes effort. It takes dedication. Sad thing is, all that focus, all of that dedication you put into lying and deceiving yourself and running and escaping, if you put that into something positive, how far you'd go. But you're the wrong kind of determined. You're the wrong kind of focused. You're focused on the negative versus the positive. And so your life is what it is and will always be.
And you know what? I'm grateful for that. Thank you for paying attention to my life, I guess. So anyway, we will see you in the next video. We have a lot of interesting things planned. Again, for the ASMR channel, we plan on doing a lot of beach ASMR. Not just ASMR videos, but also relaxation videos, like driving.
Yeah, work on those relaxation skills. Work on them. Pay attention to the other channels that are doing it and doing it well, because you're not. That ASMR roleplay video was beyond a joke. Beyond a joke. It was so stupid. 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 Anybody watch The Gong Show? It's an old TV show. It's hilarious. But if this were The Gong Show, I would have rang that gong a long time ago. I would have picked up the mallet and just hit the gong with your effort. No, stay away from ASMR and ambiance, Chantal. That's a positive community. It helps a lot of people. It helps them relax. You are not going to be a positive asset at all. No, stay away. Not for you. Just cut it out.
Walking around Kuwait, stuff like that. So, and being at the gym has improved my stamina a lot too. So I'm thankful for that. Alhamdulillah.
What happened to her doing walks? Wasn't she supposed to be doing walks with Salah? When's the last time we've seen her walk? Like really, really walk.
I really just try to keep focused on why I'm here on this planet.
And by the way, Chantal, as far as fitness goes, just a thing. Walking is good, okay? If you're not used to working out or moving around, you need to start walking more and more and more. You can actually pace inside your house if that's all you can do. But it helps your body get used to movement. But walking does not burn a lot of calories. It's low impact, very, very low impact. You should be swimming. Swimming would be good for you because of, you're of a bigger size and the water would keep you buoyant and make things easier on you. But even if you're walking for, say, half an hour, once you consume like 3,000 calories in rice, I mean, you pretty much canceled it out.
I'm not here to please myself. This is something that I've lived my whole life doing, is just pleasing myself with everything, and
that's your problem. You're all about the self-gratification, the self-pleasure, chasing the dopamine. You shouldn't do that. Stop chasing the dragon, Chantal.
It's a very self-absorbed lifestyle.
Yep, that fits you to a T.
Whenever you realize that things you need in life to please God are not material things, you don't worry about things like views. You don't worry about things like how much money you're earning. If we have enough money to to live and to travel and to start a family and to, you know,
No, ma'am. No, you will not start a family. No, you're too self absorbed. You leave that idea alone. You can't even take care of pets. Don't you dare bring a child into this equation. Oh, no, absolutely not. No, forbidden access denied. No, ma'am. No, you're a big kid yourself. You do not need to be responsible for any living thing, not pets, not babies, nothing. Learn to take care of yourself first. Evolve and be a good person first before you have something depend on you for life. You're not a good guardian of you. Don't be a guardian to something else.
do things, outings and stuff like that in the meantime.
You got a track history of anything around you that you can exploit for money. You do anything. It's all about exploitation, not taking care of something.
Take our, family and friends to dinner. I'm totally happy. I'm totally happy with that. Alhamdulillah. Like how can I not be grateful? Being grateful is the key to happiness. Like we have a small apartment, but we chose this place to live, and we have a roof over our head. I mean, how can I not be grateful for that? How can I not be grateful for everything I have in my life?
Chantal, a moment of truth. You ran to Kuwait because that was your last safe haven, because you screwed up your life so royally in Canada with your problems with food, with the tax man, $40,000 to $60,000 in back taxes, bankruptcies. You screwed up your life, and you ran from your life all the way to another country, just trying to escape the consequences of what you did, rather than be a big girl and stand still and fix it. You could have fixed it, but like a child, you ran away knowing what you did, and you did not want to be held accountable. See, in that moment, you showed that you were not grown up, you're not mature, you don't want to be. You want to be forever a child, running and escaping and lying and manipulating to get your way, because that's the easiest avenue for you. You don't want to be an adult. You want to behave like Peter Pan, just forever a child, forever young, not growing up, not being mature, not being a older, mature woman. You don't want that life. You want someone else to take care of you, make all the hard decisions. That's not a sign of growth. That's a sign of resisting growth.
Everyone should be grateful. When you're grateful for what you have, it's hard to be miserable and focus on what you don't. So these are just like lessons I'm learning that are really, really helping with my everyday life, with my life, and I know it will be helpful for my future. I feel like my past was so messy for a reason. It makes me appreciate a better future for myself. I've had to learn a lot of lessons that on my own through a lot of these hardships.
Okay, wait. Back up, please. Back up. Hold on a second. I'm trying to find what she had flashed on the screen for a minute.
One is my relationship with God, my husband, my family.
Blah, blah, blah. Shut up for a second, Chantal. I'm looking for the type. Y'all saw what she had on the screen, right? I can't find it because it was just for a second.
I mean, I don't hurt anyone.
Shut up, Chantal. She had on the screen for a second things that people have no business holding me accountable for. That was the text. Oh, but we do have business, Chantal. We do have business because you decided to put it all on a public platform, and you did it to make money. But once you do that, once you take what's in your life that's personal and you put it in front of the public, that gives them the right to voice their opinions and their feelings. Once you step on your soapbox and you start speaking in front of people, You want a crowd, you're expecting a crowd, you're doing what you can to gather a crowd. Once that happens, you cannot say they have no business holding me accountable for something. Oh, they do. They very much do. They have the right to say what they want because you opened the floor and you said, come on in. Come on in and listen to me talk. So since you did that, then we can open the floor right back and say, okay, this is how I feel about that. You want to keep things personal? You keep things personal. You make them private. You don't turn on a camera and say what you got to say. The moment you do that, people are free to say what they like. And then you can't complain.
And I really just come on and do my own content. And just don't really.
Chantal, the moment you have a channel on YouTube and you make content, and you make the content that you do with the purpose of monetizing it, whatever the topics are in the video or the live stream, if you make it public knowledge, you cannot then just turn around later and say, oh, don't talk about this. Don't discuss this. No, you brought it up for discussion. You brought it here, so we're going to talk about it here. You can't have it both ways. You can't make something public and then claim it's private later. No, don't work like that. No.
Target anybody on a daily basis, like some people, I don't do that. So that over there, I mean, that right there, I see that as a win in my book, for sure.
Well, you're not winning. You're not a winner. There's no trophy at the end of this race. And even if there were, you wouldn't get it. You would be denied. You're not winning anything. You're running from things. You're escaping from things. You're lying about things. How are you winning? Even now, with all the lying and manipulating and planning that you do and throwing things at the wall to see if they'll stick and then trying to infiltrate different communities just because you see the money they're making, how are you winning? How? You always like to say that we're jealous of you, Chantal. My question to you, my serious, true question is, in what way are we jealous? What about you and your life would spurn jealousy and envy? What is there about you and your life that anyone, whether it's the reactors or the viewers, would say, I want to be Foodie Beauty. I would love to walk in her shoes and be in her skin for a day. What is it about your life that would inspire jealousy? You can't even say to the public, I have 100% health. I am 100% healthy. I am fit. I am active. I am hiking. I am walking. I'm biking. I'm swimming. I'm going places. I'm doing things. It's not your life. That'll probably never be your life because you don't give a doggone about your health. You can't be if you're catering to the feeders and you're doing content for them. So you can't even say, I am rich in health. Even in that respect, you're bankrupt. Even in that respect, you are broke. You're beyond broke. You're in the red. There's no jealousy here. There's no envy. No one wants to be you. Nobody wants to live your life. I think it's just the opposite. I think you would love to step in the shoes of some of the other people that react to you. To know what it is to live a life where you're healthy and you can do things and you're not hiding behind a bazillion filters. I think at the end of the day, I think when you turn off your camera and you have to look at yourself for real in the mirror, you can't stand it. You absolutely can't stand it. You can't stand the truth. Maybe that's why you're raging right now. Because in the past, you would stream 6 to 10 hours a day and you avoided the truth that way. You can stare into the black mirror of your camera and avoid the truth. You could look, as long as you looked into your camera and you saw that filtered self, you could avoid everything behind you that was ugly. And right now you can't do that because Sala won't let you live stream. So the truth is more in your face than it's ever been. But if you don't like the truth, Chantal, you're the only one who could change it. The only one.
So, anyways, thanks for listening to what I had to say. And that's it. I'm out. Bye.
And that's it for the React video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I know it was a little long today, but that's okay. We covered what we needed to cover. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope everybody has a very, very pleasant day. Take care, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a good one. Bye-bye.